Yeah, what's up, what's up, what's up? I've been busy the past couple nights, haven't got a chance to make a video, but I got one for y'all tonight. Jump right into my worst line of the night. 284, it's usually a decent line, it's usually going to hit, but tonight there were a lot of good plays, so this 284 didn't even hit. That is actually a pretty bad line tonight. I think you needed at least 300 to hit tonight. My point guards, I went a cheap route here. Usually I don't like to play too cheap point guards because it usually bites you in the ass. But Marcus Smart having a pretty good game against Denver. I figured he would, and he's been starting lately too, so that's definitely a solid game out of Marcus Smart. I mean, he could have used some more scoring, but definitely grabbing boards and dishing dimes, so solid play from him. JJ Barea is my other point. I expected him to do a little better, but not a bad game. He's definitely hitting value there. Klay Thompson has really been letting me down a lot. Uh, I mean, Steph Curry really went off this game, hit a season high tonight. I think he had 51 points. So Curry was probably the best point guard tonight, besides Russell Westbrook. But yeah, Klay Thompson just not getting it done lately, really letting me down. Jimmy Butler, good game from him. Honestly, I expected him to go off a little bit more, even just because how bad Houston is at guarding two guards. But Houston kind of crushed them in that game. Kawhi Leonard, solid game from him. I thought he might even got a little bit more against Orlando, but not so much here. Chandler Parsons, definitely a great game from Parsons. I thought he would have hit for 30, but 38.8, I'll definitely take that. Brandon Bass, not really getting it done against Denver tonight. I didn't see his minutes. I actually didn't watch this game. Usually I try and catch all the Boston games, but just no good from Bass tonight. Pretty weak there. Chris Bosh, man, bust of the night here. I mean, 14 points and 5 boards. I mean, I guess Hassan Whiteside's kind of taken over down in the post, but Chris Bosh just had like 34 points. What was it, like 2 nights ago, and then just 14 against Minnesota. That's weak down low. I mean, that's just a terrible game from Bosh. He really fucked this lineup up. And then, like I said, Hassan Whiteside with a 20 and 20 game. I mean, he's just been freaking going crazy lately. His price has skyrocketed. He's up to 7,400 now, but definitely worth the money on that. I only played 3 lines tonight. I had one of them hit. This is my best line at a 305, but as you see, I'm still pretty far down in rank. So a lot of good performances tonight. Russell Westbrook, as I said, second best point guard of the night. He's always going to go off when Durant's out, so I seen Durant was going to be out, had to start Westbrook. John Wall, I figured he'd have a good game against Atlanta. I figured it was going to be a good competitive game, and Wall's usually good for 40 plus in those situations, and he pulled through for me on this one. Victor Oladipo, man, another huge bust for tonight. I mean, second only to Chris Bosh in terrible play. Victor Oladipo really let me down, man. San Antonio usually gives up a lot of points to shooting guards. Oladipo shot 5 of 21 in this game. It was absolutely terrible. I mean, it this 23.2, I didn't even think he was going to get that high tonight. I mean, he grabbed a couple rebounds and got some free throws at the end of the game, and that's what brought that up. But yeah, definitely a terrible game from Oladipo. Uh, Giannis, good game from him. On on this lineup, I had 4 players in this Milwaukee versus Lakers game. It went into overtime, so that really boosted me up having 4 players going to overtime. Good game from Giannis, and Chris Middleton's solid, man. Middleton has been on fire lately. Definitely still at a good price. I'll continue to play Middleton as long as his price is going to stay down. Jared Dudley, man, I don't know what his deal was. He played 34 minutes tonight. I don't know how he only had 11 points. I think he shot 50% on 4 of 8 shooting, but no rebounds, only 2 assists, no steals, blocks, nothing like that. I mean, when you're in overtime, man, you got to get more than 9 points, especially, and he was starting the night too, so I don't know what went on with that, but Jared Dudley just not doing shit for me. John Henson, he's solid at a 29.4. That's hitting value. I was actually hoping he would have done a little more. He was starting the night too, but the 4 blocks really boosted that score up. That's good from John Henson. Had Aaron Gordon in here. I didn't know he was out tonight. There was no injury report on him or anything like that when I was setting my lineup. So I got a big 0 from him. But I mean, come on, man. If he would have played, I mean, I had a 305 without him. So I mean, that's pretty damn good. But no Aaron Gordon. If I would have known he wasn't gonna play, I would have played Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris beasted tonight. I think he had like 44 fantasy points. But then again, like I said, Oladipo just screwing me on this lineup, man. And then again with Hassan Whiteside, solid 54, man. I mean, honestly, only 2 blocks, but the 20 and 20, who cares? And moving on to my lineup for tonight. This is just one lineup I like. There's a lot of star players tonight, so it's hard to fit everybody you want. And at some positions, there's not really any good value plays. As far as value plays go, I'd say, maybe J.J. Barea again, or possibly Devin Harris. I don't know necessarily if I'd go Brian Roberts, just because, I mean, he's been getting 30-plus minutes, but he's not really going to do much with them. But on this lineup, I'm going with star power at my point guard. I'm going to go Chris Paul and Kyrie Irving. They're facing each other, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It was last time they played, and both of these guys went off, so I expect something similar to happen with this one. Monte Ellis, I always like to run whoever's playing against Sacramento at the 2, so I expect Monte Ellis to have a good game, especially since he didn't play that well against Golden State. I really expect him to bounce back on this one. Jamal Crawford, he'll be in the starting lineup with Redick out with back issues, so I fully expect Jamal Crawford to have like 25 points, a couple boards, assists, and some steals. He should be good for, I'd say probably 35 to 40 fantasy points tomorrow, maybe even more if he really goes off. Chandler Parsons, he just had a great game against Golden State. Sacramento also weak against the 3, so I expect Parsons to do well against the Kings tomorrow. And then I already said about Aminu. I'm going to run him just because he's one of the cheaper options that's still solid. I think he just had about 28, 29 fantasy points against the Warriors, and Richard Jefferson barely played. So, like I said before, I'm looking at Aminu to take over Jefferson's role. So, again, I don't see Jefferson playing much against the Kings, and I think Aminu is going to produce there. Power forward, I'm going to Nene on this one. He didn't have a great game against Charlotte last time. I think Chris Humphries actually played a little bit better. But for this lineup, I'm going to go with Nene and hope he can do something with it this time. Power forward here, going with Jason Thompson. He's probably going to start. I know Derek Williams just started against Golden State, but that was more for the matchup, which is why Jason Thompson came off the bench in this one. But I expect Jason Thompson to get the start against Dallas, and Dallas isn't that great at power forwards, so we'll see what Jason Thompson can do with them. Then at center, I like DeAndre Jordan. He had a pretty good game against Cleveland last time, and like I said, this should be a high-scoring game, a good competitive game, and I think DeAndre Jordan will go off on here. So I'm going to enter this one. And as always, you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, hit me up. And you guys will see how I do tomorrow. Peace.